Thank you for associating with me with this program. It was really a thought-provoking, and I was really impressed by the work that the interns did in this uncharted territory. I also was not aware about the fact that uh, underwater domain was not really looked into by anyone. And in fact, as all the speakers before have said that I think two-thirds of the universe is water, and we have not charted it. We have seen we have um, mapped uh, the constellation, but we have not mapped the undersea. That is very, I mean, it is sad that we have not done it. And the fact that after 1982, when the UN came up with various zones along the coast, and we have a 200 nautical miles of sea where we can economically exploit. But which area I think comes to the area of that, this would be more than the area of Rajasthan, I think. So, which is the largest state in the country. And therefore it is, and when I was looking up, the government of India spends only 1,000 crores on oceanography. We may be spending 30,000 crores on for our Indian Navy. So this pitiful amount on a resource is it's really disheartening. But I think the main thing is we are not aware about the issues of issues and the potential that the sea has for us, both in terms of mm, because tomorrow with climate change we are going to have food, maybe food would be a shortage, and the sea would come to our rescue if we really map it properly. So this is one thing that we have to look at. And I was really fortunate to hear all the presentation. I was, of course, touched by a few issues because which we face in the cities like the city where I'm staying, urban flooding, or pollution of our rivers. When I was a kid, we could swim in the rivers, but now you can't even hope to even touch the water in the river. So all these issues need to be highlighted, and so there was a lot of awareness required and such. And I would thank UDA for creating a platform and engaging youngsters to take up new topics. And I would also say that side by side, when you're looking at the technical and also start seeing what are the gray areas where legislation is required. Finally, in all these territories, laws need to be put in place in due course by the government, but for them, inputs have to be given by experts who work in such domain. I mean, you'll be surprised there's no law regarding rivers in the country. So obviously, there's no law regarding the issues about the sea. Now, even if the UDA was formulated in 1982, tomorrow if some our coastlines keep on changing, and if we have a dispute, how do we resolve it? All these issues are there. Therefore, side by side, when you're doing research in the technological aspects, see where are our gray areas in terms of law, what legislation needs to be done, and so that you could advise the government to come up with such legislation. I think coming up with a robust law is very important. Otherwise, our disputes never get resolved and create more dispute. In fact, most of the pollution that is happening in our country is because of lack of, we are not aware of the laws. Secondly, there is no enforcement of the law because even the enforcement agencies are not geared up to that. So, in in doing all this, when you're working on a new platform, especially for the sea underwater domain, you also look at side by side what legislation which needs to come in, right from defining what a coastline is. What is so every term would have to be defined. So work side by side on this so that you could come up with a paper to avoid the policymakers to take a proper decision. I would again thank the organizers to call me, and I was really impressed with all the interns who had done a very thorough job in in making their presentation. Thank you once again, and best wishes to the interns, and I hope to them all the best in time to come. In fact, when talking to Mr. Das the other day, that we are the only country against where a sea is named after us, and we should. I mean, I think, and we should carry it forward. No other country, the seas never. All the seas are Pacific, Atlantic, but there's only one in Indian Ocean. So it should be proud about the fact that there's an ocean is named after us. And I think with that, I think we should be the leaders in this underwater domain. Work on underwater domain. Thank you.